One who might be watching and just not chatting. Folks, I'm Dante. I am the DM of Inferno Gaming, and welcome to Dragon Age Origins. I know we had originally planned to be streaming Baldur's Gate 3 tonight, but unfortunately, the most recent update for the game seems to have made it so that it really doesn't like OBS and straight up refuses to run at the same time as OBS. So, as I do not have the technical skill necessary to debug a early access game, we're just going to have to move along to something else tonight. Before we properly get started, shout outs to our Patreon backers. Eddie the Weather Fox, Ambient, Piper, and Blith Wolf. If you look below the video here, both on Twitch and on YouTube, you'll find links to our PayPal for if you want to tip your DM. It's not necessary, but always appreciated. I do this for fun. I don't do this because I'm going to make fat bank off of it, but it does help with some of the heavy lifting when it comes to buying equipment, games to stream, books to review, and when conventions resume, being able to resume the charity games that everyone seems to enjoy so much. Also, down there is our Patreon. Check it out. We do have some tiers of content, some exclusive tiers of content. And below there, and I added this just as a laugh, but hey, if you want to indulge in it, I'm not going to argue. I'm a chubby guy, and I kind of like being chubby. There is a button there for Get Food. We're going to try this feature out. That basically, it's got where I pre-pick some meals that you can pick one out and have it sent to me. Safely and securely. I can't see your information. You can't see mine. And, an hour later, a dude shows up with burgers. So, hey, if you want to do that, I ain't gonna argue. I'm a fat guy. I like food. Anyway, going into Dragon Age here, it's appropriate that we're substituting this for Baldur's Gate tonight, as Dragon Age Origins was intended to be at least a spiritual successor to Baldur's Gate, if not was originally planned as Baldur's Gate 3. Reports conflict on that. The way I understand it is, after BioWare had done Baldur's Gate 2, they no longer had the D&D license. They wanted to do a follow-up to Baldur's Gate, so they created their own thing. It's within that weird nether realm between BioWare being independent and they're being purchased by EA. Is when Dragon Age started development, and when it was just about ready for launch, is when EA bought the company and, well, did EA things to it. Sad but true. But Dragon Age went mostly untouched by DEA, at least until Dragon Age 2, and we will get to that incident at some point. Anyway, folks, welcome to Dragon Age, welcome to the world of Ferelden, and let's get started. And so the Golden City blackened, with each step you take in my hall, marvel at perfection for it is fleeting. You have brought sin to heaven and doom upon all the world. Canticle of Threnodies, 8:13.
The chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn.
Really loving the art style here. Very cool, gives a mythic feel to it.
They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation.
There's so many dead dwarves in this. So many dead everything, let's be honest.
Until the Grey Wardens came.
Yes. What if Lord of
Then
the Rings were
women from
way
every
bloodier?
race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed.
What if Lord of the Rings, but extreme? These are completely not orcs. Nope, not at all.
It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
As this game's nearly 15 years old, and to be honest, the visuals have aged surprisingly well. Better than most stuff for that era has. Alright, the background you select will determine which of 6 distinct opening stories you will play through. It also affects how characters respond to you throughout the game. Yeah, interesting thing with the Dragon Age setting. People are actually super racist towards elves in this. But, we'll get into that. Okay, we can be human. The most numerous, yet the most divided of all the races. Only 4 times have they ever united under a single cause, the last being centuries ago. Religion and the chantry play a large part in human society. It distinguishes them culturally from elves and dwarves more than anything else. Humans can be warriors, rogues, or mages. And the racial benefits, you get +1 strength, +1 dex, +1 magic, +1 cunning. Not bad. Elf. Once enslaved by humans, most elves have all but lost their culture, scrounging and impoverished living in the slums of human cities. Only the nomadic Dalish tribes still cling to their traditions, living by the bow and the rule of the old gods, as they roam the ancient forests, welcome nowhere else. Elves can be warriors, rogues, or mages, and you get +2 willpower, +2 magic. Dwarves. Rigidly bound by caste and tradition, the dwarves have been waging a losing war for generations, trying to protect the last stronghold of their once vast underground empire from the Darkspawn. Dwarves are very tough and have high resistance to all forms of magic, thus preventing them from becoming mages. You get +1 strength, +1 dex, +2 constitution, and 20% chance to resist hostile magic. I don't think I've actually played a dwarf in this series, so yeah, we'll be a dwarf. Let's see, can't be a mage, we're going to be a dwarf, so a warrior or a rogue. Warriors are powerful fighters focusing on melee and ranged weapons to deal with their foes. They can withstand and deliver a great deal of punishment and have strong understanding of tactics and strategy. Specializations for a warrior include Berserker, Templar, Champion, and Reaver. And you get from this +4 strength, +3 dex, and +3 constitution. Or rogue. Rogues are skilled adventurers who come from all walks of life. All rogues possess some skill in picking locks and spotting traps, making them valuable assets to any party. Tactically, they are not as ideal as frontline fighters, but if rogues can circle around behind their target, they can backstab at devastating effect. Rogue specializations are Ranger, Bard, Duelist, and Assassin. Now you get +4 Dex, +2 Willpower, +4 Cunning. Yeah, I like to just be able to just tear through stuff in front of me, so we're going to go through with a Warrior. Unless y'all want to chime in, of course. Okay, our background. We got 2 to choose from. A Dwarven Commoner, born castless in a land where rank is everything. Bound as a lackey and thug of a local crime lord. You spent your life invisible, until chance thrust you into the spotlight, where you can finally prove whether you'll be defined by your actions or your birth. Or a Dwarven Noble. As the favorite child of the Dwarven King, you proudly take up your first military command, only to learn that the deadly intrigues of family and sycophants may pose a greater danger than even the battlefield. A commoner, or... You know what? I personally, my life, I am a commoner, so we're going to be a noble. We're going to be highborn. Alright. Let's mess around with looks. Oh no, beardless dwarf is not a thing that we are tolerating. Okay, I like you. And no tats. Mess with your hair. Alright, well, we got 2 people in the chat. Y'all sound off. Let me hear from you. Part of the point of streaming is I get to interact with people during this hellscape of a year and a half now, where none of us get to go out and socialize. Without cons, I may have gone a little mad. Yeah. I'm gonna let this guy be me, so we're gonna have a shaved head. I got for a beard. We do not do beardless dwarves in this house. Duh, that just looks unnatural. Oops. Alright, I don't like this. There we go, proper beard. Oh yeah, we can be ginger. Eyebrows are good, I like that. Stubble's kind of irrelevant, as we've got a rather impressive beard. Oh, should match the color of our hair. There we go. Eyes. I'm not too picky about these, but... let's give him some distinctive eyes. Something piercing. Something noticeable. Hey, Viking saying, whoop! Now I'm curious, is that a Marine whore, an Air Force whore, or other? Alright, go with blue. I don't know, I just think of dwarves in fantasy as kind of big honker of a nose, so we're gonna keep with that. And we're going to have a very distinct nose. It doesn't even bother. Army. Alright, see, I'm Air Force, so we already got a thing here. Let's see, jaw and cheeks, mouth, we don't get to customize those because of our amazing, luxurious beard. Big ears amuse me, so we're giving him those. And a big, thick fucker of a neck. And we're a warrior. We got out there, and we beat the shit out of people. It's what we do. It is our thing. Pick a voice.
No, it is gone.
How do you do?
Greetings. Greetings. Charmed, I'm sure. Greetings.
That's violent, really?
Ugh, my smell. Charmed, I'm sure.
Alright, we'll be suave. And I'm terrible at coming up with fantasy names, so we'll let the Durin stick around. Since we're a noble, we have a built-in family name. Akudin. Okay, let's see. We're a warrior. I want your constitution beefed up. I want your strength beefed. Let's see, what does willpower do for this game? More stamina for combat. Okay. What does cunning do for a warrior in this? Let's give you a dot of cunning. And let's see, we pick a specialist skill. Take expert combat training, but I don't know, games like this, I like to be able to tell someone to fuck off. So we'll take coercion. Warrior, let's see. Powerful. Through training and hard work, the warrior has gained greater health and reduced fatigue penalty for wearing armor. Yeah, we're taking that. And precise striking. The warrior tries to make each attack count, sacrificing 10% attack duration. Critical chance, as well as critical chance for as long as this is active. Okay. Let's pick up weapon and something in the weapon and shield. Take shield defense. Alright. And we're gonna go to easy. I'm not going to very easy, but we're going to easy because I'm not in the mood to abuse myself on camera. When I want to do the masochism thing, I'll boot up an NES game.
Deep beneath the Frostbacked Mountains sits Orzammar, the larger of two known remaining dwarven cities in the world. Orzammar was once the seat of a major empire connected by tunnels called deep roads, which stretched thousands of miles. The city now stands alone, cut off from the rest of the dwarven ancestral lands by the Darkspawn incursion. Secure in Orzammar's impregnable construction, dwarven noble houses continue their centuries-old power struggles. Assassination and blackmail are commonplace, but the appearance of honor is paramount.
Okay, so it's Game of Thrones, but short.
You are the second child of King Endrin of House Aiducan, the 9th Aiducan ruler elected by the Noble Assembly. You grew up in a world rife with political intrigue, and have struggled against brothers and cousins for honor and prestige. Today, a feast celebrates your first military commission, the opening move towards real power in the ever-changing game of dwarven politics.
Right.
Greetings, my lord. You are dressed and ready. Excellent. I couldn't find the armor's matching dagger, but I scrounged up a rather fancy longsword. Do you wish to wear your shield to the noble's feast?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure someone's going to try and murder my ass there. Folks, before you get properly into this, just a heads up, especially for regular viewers, we have made Twitch affiliate status, which means we can take subscriptions, and we can accept bits. I'm still working out the kinks of the audio notifications for that, but we can take them at least. So, hey, again, if you want to tip your DM, help us do what we do here at Inferno, highly appreciated. And now, on with the show. Let's see. Yes, let them see me as a warrior. Better safe than sorry. Shield me. Leave it. I don't want to look fearful. I wouldn't even wear the armor if not for tradition. Yeah, let them see me as a warrior.
Of course, if every other noble has a shield and 3 swords, you'll feel awfully underdressed.
Yeah, I tend to play dwarves as basically short Klingons. You, my friend, are ridiculous.
One can't take all this marching about and speech-making too seriously. Moving on to the business at hand. The king expects you to make an appearance at the feast, but there's no rush. The noble family heads will spend hours boring your father with petitions and petty grievances.
Let's see, what should we do in the
As
meantime?
part of the celebrations, permits have been auctioned off to members of the merchant caste who wish to sell wares in the Diamond Quarter. Lord Harrowmont has also opened up the provings for young warriors to test their mettle before tomorrow's battle. Perhaps we should go show them what single combat is really all about. And by we, I mean you. I'll practice my cheering.
Okay, so you a punk ass is what you're telling me. Oh, why don't you want to fight in the provings?
You remember last year's open proving? It took your father's smith 6 hours to remove my helmet. I'm not meant for single combat. I fight as my lord's second in shield. That's enough for me.
I can respect that. Let's go to the proving
Right behind
grounds.
you, my lord. The day is ours until the feast.
Okay. Something I've done with this playthrough is I've added a set of mods mainly for quality of life stuff. One, I can now bust open chests if I don't have a lockpick skill. Let's see. Health potus, grease trap, dagger, mace, maul. Yeah, I'll take all that. See what have we got? What have I got equipped anyway? Alright, got a longsword, some solid armor. Alright, we good. Well, I got my DLC rings. Okay, Lucky Stone, definitely take that. Well, what for the other one? The Wicked Oath. That sounds good. At +1 armor penetration, +1 stamina regeneration, +10 critical and backstab damage. Because I'm here to kill people.
My lord.
And tell me about your family,
Not
Gorm.
much that you don't already know. My father's father was a great hero of the Deep Roads excursions and raised the family to the top of the warrior caste. He was even nominated to join the assembly and found a noble house, but the honor was in the nomination. He wasn't afforded a single vote. My father served your father for many years, and now I serve you.
Are you excited about the battle tomorrow?
Yes, I yearn to face the Darkspawn and prove my worth as your second.
It will be spectacular.
May the stones support us, and the ancestors look down with pride.
We should get going.
As you will.
Yeah, the other, though I'm going to have to add a mod to make the helmets invisible. I hate these things. In fact, we're going to remove it. I will take the hit on armor class to be able to actually see my character's face. I'm a weirdo like this. The other mod that I made sure to put in, for people that are familiar with this game, you know that when you get to the Mage's Tower, you have to deal with the Fade, you have to deal with the Spirit World, and it's a giant pain in the ass. We are skipping that shit.
Ancestors watch over you, my lord. I am proud to serve the idea.
Fortunately, I can't smash open locked doors. I wish I could.
Alan? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yo, why did you run when you saw me? You okay, lady?
I'm sorry. I thought you were Prince Balin coming down the hall. Forgive me.
Who were you?
It seems she's one of your brother Balin's newest, companions. Prince Balin is attending the feast being held in Lord Idukin's honor.
Yes, of course. It was presumptuous of me to think that he would return to... I am sorry. I will show myself out, with your leave, my lord.
Go or stay, I don't care.
Thank you.
It's your call.
I will go now.
You're fucking my brother. That's between you and him. Okay. That being said, let's raid some shit. Anything we're taking? Dwarven Merchant's Belt. Not bad. Not great. Certainly not the combat monster belt I've got on right now. Smash this bitch. That's fire arrows. Seriously, being able to smash open chests is the best mod that you can put on this game if you're not playing a rogue. Alright, where are we going? I've actually never played the Dwarven Noble origin, so this is completely new to me. I played Dwarven Commoner. I played Human Noble. I still need to get around to the Elves.
Your father has allowed the merchants to show their wares in the Diamond Quarter during these celebrations.
I'm sure we can work this out reasonably. Please, Master Volney. My work is accredited by the Shaper.
These books are lies written by the enemies of House Volney.
I write only what I find in the ancient records. Lord Iduken, you can vouch for my work, can't you? Your father loved my History of Iduken, Paragon King, Peacemaker.
What's going on here?
This worm has written a book that slanders my house.
What does it say?
It doesn't matter, it's all lies.
Tell me what he said. What it says,
My
Scholar.
work tells the stories of all those raised paragons in the last 500 years. When the Assembly names a paragon, that man or woman is then, by definition, everything one can aspire to be in the world. They form their own noble houses and are revered as living ancestors. But paragons start off as men.
Volney was more than a man.
Bruton, you're acting like a fool.
Am I? Would you allow this coward to slander your ancestors?
I have written no slander. Volney became a paragon by the narrowest margin in history. One vote. A vote mired in rumors of intimidation, intrigue, and outright bribery. The records of that vote are kept in the Shaperate and are a matter of fact. Not liking history doesn't make it any less true.
Scholar's right.
You're taking his side? What if he published a book like this about your paragon Iduken?
The truth is more important than your pride.
You would not say so if it was your house, but I shall respect your wishes. For now, excuse me, Your Highness.
I'm going to stab him before this is over, ain't I?
That fool has no idea how weak his house is or how low he sits in it. Shall I have him killed, my lord?
What do you think? It's like, Jesus, I can just have the guy whacked. What do you think, Scholar?
Well, historically, it has been prudent to eliminate a small threat before it becomes larger.
Yeah, hear that, Gorham? Do the
How do you
prudent
want
thing.
it done?
Publicly. Make sure everyone knows why.
Understood.
You've shown yourself more daring and aggressive today than most believed of you. Someday I hope to write of the great exploits you are sure to perform.
Word has been sent. You won't live past the hour.
You've shown House Iduken a friend to research, history, and the glory of our people.
Carry on with your work,
Of
Scholar.
course. I have much to document and organize. Good day, Your Highness, and thank you.
Like I said, I tend to play dwarves as basically short Klingons. It's all about honor.
The finest in home decorations!
Yes, but this isn't an MMO, so I don't have a house to decorate. Alas.
Saffron and indigo embroidered by skilled elven tradesmen. I've seen Prince Balin Iduken himself wearing a robe made of something quite similar.
So,
My Lord Iduken, you honor me by visiting my humble booth. May I show you my wares?
Of course, good merchant.
Please, look as you will.
Let's see, got a glamour charm. Actually, let's go ahead and clear out some of our extra inventory here that we're not going to be using. The bow, fire arrows. I'm not going to use this stuff. I get up close and kill people that way. Alright, anything here worth picking up? Random gems. I will pick up this glamour charm. That could come in handy at some point.
They say they are going to strike a blow at the Horde, but we are.
Our trust follow, big brother. How surprising to run into you out among the common folk.
Especially since duty requires that you attend our King Father at the feast today. Have you so little respect for him to disregard his wishes on a day set aside for you?
Lord Harrowmont told me we wouldn't be needed for hours at least.
Silence! If I want the opinion of my siblings second, I will ask for it.
How about
Yes,
you don't
Your
talk
Highness.
shit about my boy?
I speak
Don't
to
speak to
lower
Gorham
houses
like
and
that.
castes as they should be spoken to. Now do as I say.
Get fucked. Keep barking orders. I'm sure I'll care someday.
Your lack of a sense of duty to your house is obvious. I can't imagine why you are receiving a commission. I expect after tomorrow I'll spend much time apologizing to the heads of the noble houses for the deaths of their children under your incompetent command.
That's a bit harsh, isn't it, Trian?
As heir to the throne, it is my duty to impart wisdom and judgment upon those who need it. Now then, you, get to the feast.
It's cute how you think you can order me around.
I'd advise you to watch that tongue, dear sibling. Father will not live forever.
Neither
Come,
will you,
Balin.
bitch. Yeah.
That was fun. Nothing like being talked down to by the next king.
Ignore him. It's my day, not
There he
his.
is. Let's get back to enjoying it, shall we?
Fuck him. That's a hey chat. You know, speak up. How's the audio mix? How many of these assholes have we met? Do we
What about
fully
that
intend to
one?
kill at some point?
I
Fully
doubt
intend to
he's
kill
up
at some
to the
point?
task.
What have we here? Two handsome, strapping, noble lords. You both look so grand.
And isn't this the man of the hour, the king's son?
Who's your friend, my lord? Another noble from the honored house I duke in?
Is Sir Gorham, the warrior caste.
Oh, then not a noble?
No, Telly, not a noble. Stone you're thick sometimes.
Why do you care if Gorham's a noble?
They're noble hunters, my lord. A man takes his caste from his father, and these women hope to bear a noble lord's son. If one is successful, she's raised up to concubine in the noble house to care for her child. It provides new sword arms for the house, and many nobles look favorably on such women.
Okay, so they gold diggers. So you girls will sleep. No, I'm not that much of an asshole. I'm not interested though.
We'll be here if you change your mind, my lord.
Let's see if there's anything in loot in these barrels. Yeah, we'll take that.
Of course.
Small round metal shield. And another short bow. That shield ain't worth equipping yet, is it? Nope. Same stance as what I got. And doesn't look as cool.
My lord, are you heading to the proving arena?
Yes, I am.
We have been charged with the task of escorting you to the proving grounds.
I clean forgot about that. Forgive me, I should have informed you sooner. The king decided you are not to travel through the commons unguarded.
Ridiculous. I don't need an armed guard.
I did mention the merchants that won permits to show their goods in the diamond quarter. There were only so many permits auctioned off, and quite a few were turned away. Your father fears you will be harassed on the way to the proving.
He knows I can murder anyone that looks at me hard, right? This is silly, but I'll
Will
comply.
we be leaving then?
Yes,
We are
let's
at
go.
your command.
Okay, so I got an entourage. I'm royalty. And he is dead as hell. Alright, what's up?
Your Highness, it is an honor to have you here. Have you come to watch these brave warriors do battle in your honor?
No, I've come to fight.
Your Highness, this proving is in your honor.
Then honor him by doing as he says. My Lord Iduken will fight in this proving.
I will honor today's warriors by testing their skills.
Of course, it is well within your rights. Men and women of Orzammar, we have a late entry to these provings, held on the eve of battle for the honor of House Iduken. I give you the Lord Iduken himself. Are you ready for your first match?
What's that? Klingons. Ready, eager, hungry.
And let us begin! This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the paragons of Orzammar, for the honor of House Iduken. Lord Iduken will fight, and there Bimo, youngest son of Lord Bimo.
You honor me with this match.
The honor is mine.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Alright.
All the noise and honor.
What's up? Knock you down with a shield, and then just stab you. A lot. Next up
is Lord Iduken.
Okay, why have we got our swords out?
That was quite a fight. Alair Bimo is no slouch with that hammer. Are you ready for your next opponent?
Yep.
Excellent. Let us go. This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the paragons of Orzammar, for the honor of House Iduken. Lord Iduken will fight Adol Helmi, eldest daughter of Lady Helmi.
Honor and glory to your house, your highness.
And to yours.
First warrior to fall is vanquished.
Like, yo, if you can fight, I don't give a shit, man or woman, as long as you can throw down. Not gonna lie, the just ridiculous amounts of blood that say persist on your character model after a fight in this that never stop being entertaining.
The winner is Lord Iduken.
Over the top, yes. Funny as hell, also yes.
That was a crowd pleaser. Many were waiting to see that woman put in her place. Sir Blackstone is your next opponent. Are you ready to face him?
Can you tell me about Sir Blackstone?
One of the best of the warrior caste. He achieved glory in close combat assault in the Deep Roads.
I'm ready to fight.
Then let us begin. This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the paragons of Orzammar, for the honor of House Iduken. Lord Iduken will fight Sir Blackstone, Deep Road squad leader of the warrior caste.
This is your education, child. Try to learn as you bleed.
Good luck to you.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Kapla! Next up.
The winner is Lord Iduken. Well done. You have proven that even the best of the warrior caste cannot match a noble Idukan. Frandlin Ivo is your final opponent. He too has had many victories today. Are you ready to face him, or will you rest first?
What can you tell me about Frandlin Ivo?
He is a decorated fighter who prefers unusual weapons and rarely fights with the same techniques twice.
House Ivo is relatively inconsequential, but Frandlin may change that. He's expected to take a full command of his own soon.
Well, let me fight this Frandlin Ivo.
Very good. This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the Paragons of Orzammar, for the honor of House Idukan. It is down to just 2 warriors, with backbones of stone and wills of iron. They have defeated all others this day. Lord Idukan will fight Frandlin Ivo, second son of Lord Ivo.
You fight well. I wish you glory today and glory tomorrow.
Glory to you and your house.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. The victor is champion. Fight!
What up? First thing I do is bash you in the face with a fucking shield. And then I just start cutting you.
The winner is Lord Idukan.
Yo, y'all better not be holding back because I'm like royalty or something. Because that I'm gonna be pissed.
Congratulations. Frandlin Ivo is as fierce a competitor as I've ever seen. You vanquished every warrior of note in today's proving. The ceremonial helm, commissioned by your father for today's winner, is yours.
Send it to Frandlin Ivo. He fought bravely.
The people will remember your honor and generosity for all time.
Basically, I know I'm going to end up killing my brother's ass, so I prefer to, you know, have the people on my side.
Good showing there, my lord. Your opponents will be licking their wounds all eve.
My lord?
Alright. Let's head out.
Your wish is our command.
Okay, so what are we doing now? Journal. Pride of Idukan. Been declared champion of my own provings. Orzammar will not forget this showing for time to come. It's time to attend the feast my father has planned for me. It's going to be held in the Great Hall of the Royal Estate. And let's check out the map. Where are we at? Armor Merchant, Silk Merchant, Royal Palace. I'm assuming that's where we're going. I love the environmental design. Here.
Of course.
And it's like the environmental design here managed to be, you know, traditionally, noticeably, you know, dwarves, you know, Lord Tolkien style dwarves, but at the same time, it's got a distinct look to it that it's Dragon Age.
Look, the Grey Wardens are here. The raid tomorrow must be more than a...
Many thanks for your willingness to hear me out, my lord. I wish to speak to you of a matter most urgent.
Of course, Lord Dace.
There is a vote coming before the Assembly next week. And a word from you could go a long way towards helping our cause.
And that cause is...
The vote concerns the status of the so-called surface caste. Lost to the stone, air-touched, and so forth. Centuries ago, narrow-minded men declared that any dwarf who left to live on the surface forfeited his caste, and his house if noble. That he was, in essence, no longer a dwarf. I seek only to remedy an injustice, to retie the bonds of anyone who can trace himself to one of the noble houses wherever he may live. Please, agree to speak for this noble cause.
Absolutely.
When your father presents you to the noble houses, I will ask for your opinion on the matter. You have merely to say that you feel our surface brothers should be returned their noble rights. Be more simple.
Though we're going to have a word later about making sure that you're also speaking up for the commoners who are there.
You're a fool.
Huh, there's humans here.
My lord.
May House Educan grow in strength and power.
Greetings, my lord Idukan. It is an honor to meet you at last.
Your armor is fucking cool. Honor is mine, Warden.
I have had the opportunity to recently meet with your father. He speaks highly of you. He says you may be the most skilled warrior in all of House Idukan.
Well, I just kicked my way through the provings, so my father does me great honor.
I have no doubt it is deserved. We need more Grey Wardens like you, and quickly. Even as the Darkspawn weaken here in Orzammar, they are stirring on the surface. A blight has begun. Soon the fight must go beyond the deep roads, lest the Darkspawn threaten all the world.
I do not know as much as I should about the Grey Wardens.
You know of our dedication to destroying the Darkspawn, our frontline presence during a blight. What else would you know?
Are there many of my people in the Grey Wardens?
Over the centuries, many dwarves have made names for themselves in our order. These days, however, there are fewer dwarves, and thus even fewer dwarven Grey Wardens. A pity, since dwarven warriors have the most experience fighting Darkspawn.
Could I join the Grey Wardens and still stay in Orzammar?
I'm afraid not. Grey Wardens go where they're needed most. Right now, that is on the surface at the ruins of Ostagar, where the human king gathers his armies to face the blight.
What does joining entail?
Being a Grey Warden means abandoning all ties to your old life. It means dedicating yourself to destroying the Darkspawn.
I wish I could join you.
Truly? Then I will speak to your father after tomorrow's battle. I have my doubts he will relent, but there is always hope. Until then, good luck to you. Show the Darkspawn what your people are made of.
My king, please reconsider. Trade contracts alone could bring great prosperity to our houses.
Will we really turn our back on our brothers and a potential fortune in cheap labor because of a political technicality?
Denial of the traditions of our people does not qualify as a political technicality. There is more to life than monetary gains, my lords Bimo and Mino. The Assembly of Kal Sharok will respect the rule of Orzammar, or they will rot and die alone, surrounded by enemies.
Yes, my king.
But look, we have company to spare us further wrangling. Atrast Vala, my son. How fine you look in your great-grandfather's armor. I hear you were declared champion of the provings. I suppose you were never one to sit by when something exciting was going on.
Well, no, you give me a chance to stab people, I'm gonna stab people.
Noble houses?
Of course, father.
So dutiful. Very well, let us begin. Lords, ladies, grant me a moment of your time. We are here today so I may present to you my second eldest child, blessed by the stone and born of the blood that ran in the veins of the Paragon Idukan. Who would pose a question to the prospective commander? Who seeks to know the prospect better?
I have a question. I seek to know the prospect better.
Lord Dace, head of House Dace, speak.
Lords, ladies, my question concerns the plight of our wayward kin, the so-called surface caste. What does the Commander Prospect think is the proper place for these lost souls?
They are as we are, and should have the right to return.
Thank you, my lord. I am satisfied.
Then if there are no other challenges, I give you Orzamar's next commander.
Someone's totally gonna turn around and try and stab my ass, ain't they?
Our newest commander will lead part of a mission to strike a great blow to the Darkspawn. Not only does this recover access to some of our most important mines, but it also allows our honored guest Duncan, head of Ferelden's Grey Wardens, to strike far into the deep roads.
Thank you, King Endrin. While the Darkspawn seem to withdraw, it is only because they are massing on the surface. This could mean a blight, and my men and I will discover the truth.
We are honored to have you with us, my friend. Now, feast, drink, and celebrate, for the morning brings battle! As for you, my new commander, find your brother Trian and send him to me. He may be watching the provings, or getting some rest in his rooms.
Of course, Father.
Walk well, Commander.
Okay, let's see. There's gonna be murder before the night's out, aren't there? Like, we all know how this works. It's murder, so much murder, and well, this is Game of Thrones shit. Let's be honest. On the map, I think it's where I saw the lady earlier. Is it? No. Okay, check the map. Where are we? Okay, it's across the hall. What's up, bro? Dad wants you.
So you're a commander now, in name at least. Shouldn't you be attending our King Father?
Shouldn't you be kissing my ass? Belhin, how was your day?
I would have been at the feast, but Trian had need of me.
The world does not stop and start with your meager achievements. Not even tonight. Now, do you have some purpose in bothering us?
Father's words, you're too much of an ass to be prince.
You push your luck.
Bring it,
Raylan, get to
bitch.
bed. We have a big day tomorrow. I will see what our father wishes from his heir.
All day I've put up with that. He can really grate on the nerves.
I agree.
And what I'm going to tell you next won't make you any more fond of him.
What did the douchebag do? What are you talking about?
Trian has begun to move against you. I never thought his much-proclaimed honor would allow him to actually act on his jealousy. Big brother, Trian is going to try to kill you.
Yep, saw that coming. He recognizes I'm a threat. Good.
He fears what you are becoming, in the eyes of the people and the Assembly. Trian's the named prince, but only the Assembly can proclaim a king. It would be unusual for the Assembly to ignore the king's choice, but it does happen.
The founder of House Bimo became a paragon and king in one move from the Assembly, and he was a commoner.
That was an extraordinary case, but at least a half-dozen times the Assembly named a lesser family member, or even someone from another house, as king. Usually, it's the popular younger brother of an undesirable prince.
Christ knows he's an undesirable. So does Trian think the Assembly would prefer me? Does Trian think I'm courting the Assembly? Well, I would make a good ruler. Yeah, so he thinks the Assembly would prefer me.
Look at it from his perspective. You're more personable than he's ever been. You entered the provings held in your own honor just for glory and to please the crowds. If you win glory against the Darkspawn tomorrow, it will only strengthen the case for you as the next heir. Trian fears father will replace him on the spot. If not, the Assembly will surely turn against him when father dies. You know his pride will never allow him to step aside.
So the issue is I'm not a raging asshole, and that's a threat to him. What's your angle in this?
Seems Trian has shown that brothers can't always be trusted.
You think?
I am next in line. If Trian succeeds in his plot against you, how long do you think I'll live?
Point. Gorham, what do you say?
Permission to speak freely?
Of course, my friend.
Trian would make a terrible king, but no one wants to say it. He has just enough backing in the Assembly to make it ugly when your father dies, but not enough to become king. Killing him now makes your house stronger and saves a great deal of bloodshed later.
We'll wait. See what Trian does.
Very well. I'll keep my eyes open. I don't want to lose the brother I actually like.
I'm glad for your concern, Balin. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm taking your place as Father's second, so I'll be at hand tomorrow. For now, try to get some sleep.
May the Paragon smile down on you.
That's an awfully sudden cut. How we doing, chat? Remember, we are a Twitch affiliate, so... And the game crashed. Give me just a minute and see if I can get things back up and running. Now, remember, we are a Twitch affiliate. Among other things, that means we can take bits now. And, well, the ferryman would like a coin to get you across the river Styx. Not quite penny for the guy, but it'll do. Alright, let's see. Alright, yep. Hopefully, restoring from the save won't take us back too far. Aw, man.
Quickly, find
Okay.
Trian and send it to me.
Okay, we don't have to go through that whole cutscene again, at least. Now, weird thing, yeah, this is, fairly traditional Western fantasy, albeit a little more violent and bloody than you expect from something like Tolkien. But the way it was marketed, I remember when the first trailers for this came out, and they were set to fucking Marilyn Manson. Okay, we're going to go through this conversation just the same as we did. I like the choices that we made here, so...
Commander now, in name at least.
Fuck
Should
off.
we be attending our King Father?
Balin, how was your day?
I would have been at the feast, but Trian had need of me.
The world does not stop and start with your meager achievements. Not even tonight. Now, do you have some purpose in...
You notice how I'm not giving you the time of day, asshole?
You push your luck. Balin, get to bed. We have a big day tomorrow. I will see what our father wishes from his heir.
All day I've put up with that. He can really grate on the nerves.
You think?
And what I'm going to tell you next won't make you any more fond of him. Trian has begun to move against you. I never thought his much proclaimed honor would allow him to actually act on his jealousy. Big brother, Trian is going to try to kill you.
Recognizes I'm a threat.
What you are
Good.
In the eyes of the people and the Assembly, Trian's the named prince, but only the Assembly can proclaim a king. It would be unusual for the Assembly to ignore the king's choice, but it does happen.
The founder of House Bimo became a paragon and king in one move from the Assembly. He was a commoner.
That was an extraordinary case, but at least a half-dozen times the Assembly named a lesser family member, or even someone from another house, as king. Usually, it's the popular younger brother of an undesirable prince. Look at it from his perspective. You're more personable than he's ever been. You entered the provings held in your own honor just for glory and to please the crowds. If you win glory against the Darkspawn tomorrow, it will only strengthen the case for you as the next heir. Trian fears father will replace him on the spot. If not, the Assembly will surely turn against him when father dies. You know his pride will never allow him to step aside.
But he also knows he's a big enough asshole that no one wants him running the show.
Can't always be trusted. I am next in line. If Trian succeeds in his plot against you, how long do you think I'll live?
Permission to speak freely? Trian would make a terrible king, but no one wants to say it. He has just enough backing in the Assembly to make it ugly when your father dies, but not enough to become king. Killing him now makes your house stronger and saves a great deal of bloodshed later.
Very well. I'll keep my eyes open. I don't want to lose the brother I actually like. You're welcome. I'm taking your place as Father's second, so I'll be at hand tomorrow. For now, try to get some sleep.
May the Paragon smile down on you.
What is this sleep you speak of? There we go.
Treon and his men will clear the way for the Grey Wardens to descend into the easternmost caverns. Those caverns are still infested by the worst of the Darkspawn. We cannot risk our own troops in there.
Understood, Lord Harrowmont. We should be able to sense the Darkspawn and avoid them once the way is open.
May the Paragons favor you, and the stone catch you if you fall.
Come then! Glory awaits!
Balin, you and your men will second the king, clearing the main road.
Don't you think it looks a little cowardly to allow these humans to take our place where the fighting is thickest?
Are you questioning the battle plan?
Of course not. I'm sure your caution is for the glory of us all.
Enough, Balin. Take your men and make ready.
Oh no,
Harrowmont and
Balin's
I need to
playing
have
everybody.
words with your
He's gonna turn around and kill me and the other
Good
brother.
luck, my brother.
Your father has a special mission for you.
In the eastern deep roads, there is a secret door carved into the stone.
The door leads to a Taig, abandoned long ago by your ancestors. The Darkspawn have made it impossible to reach it.
My father believed that the shield of the Paragon Idukan remains in that Taig, under the stones of the central room. Reclaim the shield, and glory will be yours.
Shield of Idukan would be quite to
We'll send
find.
2 scouts ahead to make sure the tunnels are cleared. But be careful. One of the scouts will meet you at the first crossroads you come to. The second will be further in. When you get to the door, use your signet ring to open it. Questions?
Meet the scouts, find the door, grab the shield. Got it.
Very good. The crossroads where you meet the first scout will be the rendezvous point. There you can present the shield to the lords and demonstrate the strength of Idukan.
May the ancestors watch over you, my child.
Okay, where are we going? Map. Okay, not a huge amount of information on the map.
Greetings, Commander. Lord Mino's men have taken this tunnel. The one assigned to your party is down the path a ways.
Alright, let's get this party started. Who's up for some demon killing? Oh good, there's spiders. Yep, die! Die screaming! Sorry. Something y'all will discover as you check out more Inferno gaming streams, I kinda have a thing about spiders. What's up? Loot the corpses.
Of course.
It's not a fantasy role-playing game unless you loot the corpses.
You made it, Commander. Did you run afoul of any Darkspawn?
A couple. I murdered them.
Still, that was more than we expected. Once I finished scouting the tunnels, I hid here to avoid the Darkspawn. Most tunnels are dead ends. The one we want is swarming with those fiends. It's going to be a fight.
We're warriors. Nothing stands in our way.
As you say, onward then.
We are Klingon! Trap triggered. You call it a trap, I call it a dinner bell. What up?
Let's go!
Okay, if these are supposed to be the badass, horribly dangerous and violent underground demonic marauders, I am not impressed. Come on, y'all motherfuckers supposed to be badasses or something.
You're here. I thought the Darkspawn had got you for sure.
Not that easy to kill.
And I'll make sure I'm behind you if we're swarmed. We want the tunnel ahead, but there are Darkspawn tracks all over it. Be careful.
Seen the tag door yet?
I haven't ventured more than 100 yards ahead for fear of alerting other Darkspawn. I'll follow your lead, Commander.
Hell yeah, you will. Okay, nothing down that way. Like a dead end. Stabbity, stabbity.
All right.
Loot some corpses. Precious gems, couple lyrium potions. Not a wizard, so it's not going to do me much good, but hey, loot is loot. Yes, I know I don't have sufficient skill, but I've got a rogue in my party, so he'll crack it open. If I don't have a rogue, I modded this game so I can smash that bitch open.
Looks like someone beat us to the door.
Welp.
This Darkspawn body is still fresh. Whoever opened the door is most likely still in there.
They've killed Darkspawn. They may be allies. They had to have an Idukan signet ring to get in.
It could have been stolen. Recently, or generations back.
Or it could be an ambitious cousin out for his own glory.
We'll see soon enough.
Understood. Let's move, men.
Now, I'm trying to not actively start shit in the family, but y'all ain't giving me a lot of choice.
And so I shall.
So glad you could finally join us. We feared you'd gotten eaten by Darkspawn.
And
Turns
you
out the
are.
shield isn't quite as easy to retrieve as I was led to believe. I wager you know where it is, though. So maybe you tell me where it is, and I won't mutilate your body so bad your father doesn't recognize you.
Gorham, we need to kill these men.
I'll try to hide my disappointment.
Just kill them, boys. We'll find this shield on our own.
You want to die that badly, Holmes? We can do that. The fuck was that? No, grab this fucker throwing axes or something. Loot everything. Oh, he had a fucking bacilla up here. That's why he had packed such a punch.
Of course.
Yep. Is that an Idukan signet ring? I guess that's how they got in here.
Strians.
The ring is Trian's. That means he...
And my brother's been sloppy this time.
It would have been a major victory to get the shield first, but he showed his hand and failed. The first way we can hurt him is to find that shield ourselves.
My thoughts exactly.
You have your orders, boys.
Again, we still have corpses to loot. Okay, now we've looted everything. Okay, that door's just set dressing. That one's just set dressing. That's a proper door.
This is the room. How do we get the shield?
Brandon, must be a clue.
See if you can spot anything.
I'm gonna guess it's the glowy thing.
It seems some of these tiles are different from the others.
There's an indentation here that seems to match the Idukan signet ring perfectly. I'll press my ring against the indentation. Nothing happens. Okay. I fucking hate puzzles. I'd be lying if I said I had any patience for these things. Alright, Gorham, you got any thoughts?
I'm right behind you.
We should hurry.
Okay, but seriously, do any of you have some fucking ideas?
Delighted.
Okay, when I came up here... Okay, there's a tile here. Run. You get over here. Stand there. Stay there. Try this again. Nothing happens. Fucking hate these puzzles. Okay, there's another raised tile. Okay, simple raised tile, so nothing too annoying, at least.
Of course.
Now let's see if we can get into this fucking thing. There we go. The sarcophagus slides away, revealing a small hollow that contains the shield of Idukas.
That's it. We've got it.
Doesn't look like much.
The skill of our crafters has come far since then. But still, the shield of Idukan.
The strength of Idukan is in this shield.
I can feel it. It's inspirational.
You say so. It's just a shield.
Enough talk. Where's the rendezvous point?
Back in the direction we came from, at the crossroads.
To the crossroads.
Boom, 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 boom. Sorry, you say crossroads, one thing pops into my head. Alright, who wants to die? So where the hell my cursor go?
To battle!
Alright, corpse looting. You ever wonder who actually builds the bridges over lava flow in places like this? Like, who doesn't say, you know, I could just go around this? My kingdom for fast travel.
Scheming against us, this would be the perfect place for an ambush. We've got the shield, and we're all alone out here.
I'm ready for anything.
What's that you're muttering about?
Family business.
All right, then.
Yep, saw that coming. Oh, dude, went to the little cutscene, flipped the damn camera around. Hate when they do that. Especially in areas like this where everything kind of looks the same. You end up backtracking a lot more than you should be. Oh, seriously, why do I have to run all the way back? Why is this not a cutscene? There we go.
By the stone, it's Trian.
It must have been a darkspawn attack. Something like darkspawn. Bites, no scratches, no mutilation.
Balin outplayed me.
Brother? Someone's coming.
Hurry, Father, before it's too...
And you framed me. You fucking asshole. I'm gonna kill you. With sharp objects.
By all the ancestors, what has happened here?
It seems we weren't fast enough. Balin was right.
Yep. Gonna do some murder.
Tell me this isn't what it looks like.
We just got here a moment ago.
Just long enough to slay Trian.
My lord is
Yo,
innocent.
fuck you.
Sir Gorham, your loyalty makes you a useless witness. It falls to others to tell the story. You, Scout, what happened here?
Trian and his men were here early. It seems they'd done battle with the Darkspawn. Lord Iduken came up to them all friendly-like.
You son of a
When we got close,
bitch.
he ordered us to attack.
Then we shall discover the truth.
Frandlin Ivo, you are a good and noble man. Did the scout speak the truth?
He did, my lord. It was terrible. Prince Trian didn't stand
Yep,
a
killing
chance.
both of you.
Afterward, my lord stripped his signet.
For fun.
Treacherous bastard! Silence, Gorham!
Do you have anything else to say, my son?
How can you not see
I
that this
want
is
to
a setup?
believe that. I really do.
Bind him. He will be judged before the assembly. To Orzammar.
Yo, how about fuck all of you? Y'all falling for this Game of Thrones shit. Great, now I'm in a fucking dungeon. I've been stripped of my armor. Stripped of my weapons.
You've got 10 minutes, sir. Orders and all. You understand?
Of course. Leave us alone, will you please? Hey, I would have come sooner had they allowed it. How are you?
I'm fine, Gorham. You?
I could be better. I have bad news, though. The Assembly isn't going to call for you. Balin has taken Trian's place in the Assembly. He introduced a motion to condemn you immediately, and it easily passed. He had fully half the Assembly ready to vote on something completely against tradition and justice.
Okay, so we're not even doing a
Making
trial.
Deals and alliances for months, if not years.
I'm gonna kill him.
I don't know that you'll get that chance.
Oh, I'll make
The
that
Assembly has
chance.
already sentenced both of us.
What's happening to you?
My knighthood will be stripped, my name torn from my family records. But I will be allowed to attempt some sort of life on the surface. Lord Harrowmont moved for a similar exile for you, but Balin's supporters overwhelmed him. You are to be sealed in the deep roads to fight Darkspawn until you are overwhelmed and killed.
And what does my father have to say
Lord
about
Harrowmont
this?
says the king has taken ill. He couldn't bear losing two of his children at once.
Yeah,
Lord
yeah,
Harrowmont
I'm
gave
sure.
me access to see you so I could tell you this. Duncan and the Grey Wardens are still in the deep roads, in tunnels connected to those you are to be left in. If you survive long enough to find the Grey Wardens, you may be able to escape with Duncan.
The Grey Wardens have taken exile? A murderer?
The Grey Wardens don't care about a person's past. They recruit for daring, intelligence, and martial power. If you can find them, I'm sure you can join them and escape the deep roads.
How do I find the Grey Wardens?
They're down there somewhere. It's just a matter of surviving long enough to track them. I begged to go with you and fight at your side, but Balin's pet nobles wouldn't hear of it.
You're safer going to the surface.
I would give up all the safety in the world to go down this dark path with you. Our time is up. May the Paragons guide your sword and the stone hold you up.
Same to you, my friend.
I will always be your man, my Lord Iduken.
To your topside, bro.
They are ready for you now. Here is the prisoner, Lord Harrowmont.
Having been found guilty of fratricide by the Assembly of Orzammar, you are hereby sentenced to exile and death. Your name is from this point forward stripped from the records. You are no longer a person, nor a memory. You are to be cast into the deep roads with only sword and shield. Dare to redeem your life by fighting the enemies of Orzammar until your death. Do you have anything to say before the sentence is carried out?
Palin will destroy you just as he did me.
I understand your anger. You should have been allowed to defend yourself. Had I the power to stop this, I would have. Look me in the eye and tell me you didn't do this. For your father's sake.
I didn't kill Trian.
I believe you. That means Balin planned this from the start. Believe me, I will spend the rest of my days making sure Balin does not profit by his deeds. Your father asked me to give these to you. This sword and shield are of fine dwarven make. Strike a blow at our enemies.
How is my father?
He is old and this tragedy has hit him hard. He will rest better now, though, knowing the truth.
Tell my father I went to a warrior's death.
I will. Open the doors and let the condemned walk through. May the stone accept you when you fall.
I'll be back. When I come back, I'm gonna stab Trian's ass to death in public. Again with the ugly ass helmet. I'm gonna publicly execute royalty. Okay, yeah, let's take this fucking helmet off. Sorry, ugly ass helmet, I ain't wearing it. I will take my fucking chances. And of course, I'm not strong enough yet to wear any of the armor that comes by way of DLC. Alright. We do this the hard way. Let's see, yeah, let's trade out this pendant for one that gives me what I want. Greater monetary gain and a nice stat boost. Again with the fucking spiders. Okay, can I wear any of that armor that I just picked up? Better than what I got? Yes, it is. Let's see. Alright, it's a little more Spartacus than I'd like, but, you know, useful.
Fight the blight one at a time.
What's up, brah? Anyone else?
Of course.
Alright, we got some gloves. We're having to basically piece together some gear since they sent me down here. Basically a shirt and some underwear. Smashy, smashy. Oh, hey, I leveled up. Wish I gave you more of a heads up about that. Okay, we're gonna up our strength, up our constitution. Actually, we're gonna double up on upping our constitution. And let's see. We'll take shield pummel. Not just hitting you with a shield, it's straight beating the shit out of you with a shield.
Delighted.
Come on, where are the Wardens? Darkspawn dagger. I'm on a lot of loot to pawn off on some merchant when I get to the surface. Y'all understand I'm the protagonist, right? It'll be a lot harder to kill me.
A scene of carnage I've yet to see.
Oh, got more. See, superior door. My strength rating ain't high enough to use it yet. Alright, again with you. Is my map of this place actually usable? That is a no.
And so I shall.
By the Maker,
okay.
It's a dwarf.
Lord
What's up?
Idukan, what are you doing here alone? Where are your troops?
Yeah, funny thing that. Grey Wardens aren't the only ones that can survive here.
I'm aware of your family's experience with these tunnels, but no dwarf has set foot here for years. May I ask what happened?
I've been exiled.
To these tunnels of death? What crime could be so terrible?
I do not think matters of dwarven honor are any business of ours. You need not answer, friend.
Betrayed by
Lord
my brother.
Trian?
No. Balin. Trian's dead.
I see. The brutal intrigue of the Dwarven court continues then. Your father intimated as much. There is no reason for you to walk these deep roads and die for something you did not do. You have already proven yourself both resourceful and skilled, and I would expect nothing less from an Idukan. When last we spoke, you told me you wished to join our order. I imagine this isn't quite what you meant, but you may still find great honor here. As leader of the Grey Wardens in Ferelden, I would like to formally invite you to join our order.
Yeah, I'm in. I would be honored.
Then welcome. We leave immediately for Ostagar to join with the human forces facing the Darkspawn hordes led by King Kaelan. Stay close. There are still Darkspawn around every corner.
But we will spare you having to fight through every square inch of this hell pit. At least for now. Crash? Crashed. Right then, one more time. We're gonna boot it back up so we can get to a proper stopping point for the evening. Please, God, I really, really fucking hope that thing saved properly. Okay, let's see how much of this I'm gonna have to run back through. Oh, good. All of it. Wonderful. Oh, shove off. Oh, great. Shove off.
Alright.
Let's start putting on our better gear that we're finding.
And so I shall.
Why does the spider have 12 pieces of copper on it? What's up? Craven treachery of the Dwarven courts. Let's do our leveling up again. You know what? Let's dump it all in strength this time around. We'll take a quick chance for a do-over. So we can go ahead and start putting on better armor. I love playing a tank. I love being able to just tear through everything in front of me. So I tend to triple down on heavy armor and HP. Okay, what are these, like, cut rate raptors? So much vendor trash.
And so I shall.
Why do the lizard monsters have lyrium potions on them? Okay, I know there's a corpse laying around here with better armor. Yep, there we go.
Delighted.
Large darkspawn shield. Let's see, how's that looking in terms of better? Oh yeah, no, that's way worse gear than I got right now. Really not impressed with the quality of monsters down here. They all kind of suck at this.
All right.
There we go. Okay. Yep. And let's get that better armor on. Oh my yeah. Oh my yes. That better armor, and it looks cooler. I will equip stuff that is mechanically worse if it looks cool. More cut rate raptors, more of them. Bunch of you little fuckers. Why do they bother?
Of course.
More dead dwarfs, but hey, more armor. Let's see, anything good there? Armored boots, not as good as what I'm already wearing though. And same with the armor, but hey, vendor trash. I can sell that shit. I continue to come back covered in blood. Okay, this time, just as a precaution, we're gonna do a manual save. Just in case. Whatever glitch that is, we are not losing another 10 minutes of progress to it.
Lord Idukan, what are you doing here alone? Where are your troops?
Grey Wardens aren't the only ones who can survive here.
I'm aware of your family's experience with these tunnels, but no dwarf has set foot here for years. May I ask what happened?
I've been exiled.
To these tunnels of death? What crime could be so terrible?
I do not think matters of dwarven honor are any business of ours. You need not answer, friend.
I was betrayed by my brother. Oh, Bellin. Trian's dead.
I see. The brutal intrigue of the Dwarven court continues then. Your father intimated as much. There is no reason for you to walk these deep roads and die for something you did not do. You have already proven yourself both resourceful and skilled, and I would expect nothing less from an Idukan. When last we spoke, you told me you wished to join our order. I imagine this isn't quite what you meant, but you may still find great honor here. As leader of the Grey Wardens in Ferelden, I would like to formally invite you to join our order.
I would be honored.
And welcome. We leave immediately for Ostagar to join with the human forces facing the Darkspawn hordes led by King Kaelan. Stay close. There are still Darkspawn around every corner.
Okay, let's see if it glitches out this time.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Kaelan. I didn't expect
a royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other Wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is he?
Bro, you know we're going to war, right?
To introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name?
I am Duran, Your Majesty.
Pleased to meet you. The Grey Wardens are desperate to bolster their numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. It's good to see one of the honorable stout folk outside Orzammar.
You must not have met many members of the noble caste.
Sounds like there's a story behind that. You must regale me with it sometime.
If Your Majesty wishes.
I do. I'll make sure to have the finest dwarven brew brought up from the palace cellars. After we've dealt with the blight, of course. I've been to Orzammar. King Endrin invited my father to a grand proving long ago. How does Endrin fare these days?
About that. I'm his son, and he was fine when I saw him last.
Well, it seems your story may be even more interesting than I suspected. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to Ostagar. The Wardens will benefit greatly with you in their ranks.
You're too kind, Your Majesty.
I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
Didn't realize things were going so well.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
Oh, you're gonna die
I'd
messy,
hope for a
dude.
war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do.
Oh yeah, you're gonna die
go
messy.
before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
Yeah, he's gonna die screaming.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
Yet you don't sound very reassured.
Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
Why not? He seems to regard the Grey Wardens quite highly.
Yet not enough to wait for reinforcements from the Grey Wardens of Orlais. He believes our legend alone makes him invulnerable. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can, and look to Teyrn Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay.
What do you mean, what ritual?
Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the joining, in order to become a Grey Warden. The ritual is brief, but some preparation is required. We must begin soon.
What would you need me to do?
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
Okay. Oh, hey, we leveled up. Well, let's take care of that real quick. We're going to put some in the Constitution. And we'll put another point into Cunning. Take another level in Coercion. And let's see, what do we got? Okay, we'll take Precise Striking. Let's do a manual save, again, just in case. Alright folks, I think that's going to do it tonight. Thanks for joining me for our first installment of Dragon Age Origin. We'll be back here with that again next Friday night. Tomorrow on this channel at 1 p.m. Eastern Time till 6 p.m. I will be joined here by Buddy Goodboy as we give you live reactions and commentary to our viewing of Zack Snyder's Justice League. We have thoughts. Many, many thoughts. And we'll be back here Sunday night at 9 Eastern for our second time out with our 8-foot Catboy in Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. Hope to see you then. If you look below the video here, both Twitch and YouTube, there is a link to our PayPal if you want to tip your DM. Don't have to, but it would be highly appreciated just to help with some of the heavy lifting for what we do here at Inferno Games. Equipment, games to stream, books to review, and being able to head to cons and do the charity games that are fairly well loved at this point when cons are a thing again. Down there also is a link to our Patreon. There's already one piece of exclusive content up, along with our first video review for Demon the Fallen. Coming next week is another episode of GMing 101, so send in your questions to infernogamingdm@gmail.com. That's Inferno with a U. And meantime, be safe, play games, have fun. I'll see you next time.